Good morning, folks, and I am going to work. Shout out to the person who is a new subscriber to me. He sent a comment last night saying, could you please turn the radio up? All right, ready? All right, so now I'm not going to be able to monetize this video, but it's okay. I don't know if you can hear that very well. I'm doing 55. And the windshield's all the way up. My windscreen on my helmet is all the way down. So the sound that you're hearing is coming from my Sena mic. And the Sena mic is in my helmet. As you can see, at a stop it's quite loud. That's as loud as it gets. It's a 30. And this is Bluetooth from my phone, so I think it's louder if you connect the phone physically. I've got my phone turned up all the way. In case you're wondering what band this is called Morphine. It's a Boston band, and the name of the song is Buena. The guy plays a double baritone sax, and the guitar guy plays a one-string bass or a two-string bass called a unitar, but that's one string. Not bad, right? I don't normally ride with this loud, but just so you get an idea. The other thing too, let me turn this down now. I think you've had enough. I do it by pushing that button there. That's really good music, actually. I just discovered them recently on a YouTube video about people who died on stage. And the lead singer of the band is Mark Sandman. That's his real name. And he's from Newton, Mass. And he had this unique way of tuning his bass and only having two strings on it or one string on it. And just really unique guy. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Jim Morrison, a little bit of Chris Isaac, a little bit of Julie Cruz, a little bit of Madness. He's just as cool can be, and he died on stage in Rome, or a little bit north of Rome, at a concert. He was on the stage playing his guitar and just dropped dead right there. Heart attack at age 46 back in 1999. It's a damn shame. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the musical selections. Notice these gloves suck for this. I can't do anything. Oh well. My phone will go dark in a moment here. I'll start this topic. I'll probably have to finish it later on. Alright, so today's topic is... Oh, and hi Anthony Price. Hello Anthony Price. Checked up on me, thank you. Alright, temptations and traps on motorcycles. First one is passing. That is a temptation you have to be very careful of. Depending on the situation, of course, everything always depends, but there have been times where I wanted to pass a car that was behind a slow car. So let's say there's a car ahead of me and there's a car ahead of him, and that guy's going slow, and I wanted to pass. Well, if I'm going to pass basically two cars, what if the car in the middle decides he's going to turn left or pass himself? Or what if the guy in the front wants to turn left all of a sudden with no turn signal? You got to be real careful of that stuff. You got to look at the side of the road and stuff, but even then you can't predict what people are going to do sometimes, even if you have road empathy. So you got to be real careful of that kind of thing. There have been times where I thought, I want to pass this guy, and all of a sudden they just bang a left in the middle of nowhere. There's no driveway, no nothing. They just decide, I want to make a U-turn like here. So that's a danger. So watch out for passing. Just pick your battles, I guess you could say. Speeding is another trap. On this bike especially, it is very easy to find myself going faster than the speed limit. You just don't feel the speed on this. I'm better at it now because I'm used to the bike, but Last summer, I was frustrated and I gunned it real quick. I was behind a slow guy, and then he turned off, and I was going to gun it for a little bit, and bam, cop got me. 64 and a 40. Didn't give us a ticket, thank God. Nice guy, West Virginia. So watch out for the speeding. You can get a ticket real easy. You just got to be careful about that kind of thing. Plus, while you're speeding, you could overspeed into a corner. Speaking of speeding, right? You could overspeed in a corner and crash. A deer could jump out at you while you're speeding, or any speed. But you just got to be careful. As ever, pick your battles. Have your road senses attuned. Next is showboating. Showboating is a thing where you wanted to show somebody or the people around you how good you are at something. That's a recipe for disaster. The first time I chose the motorcycle that I had originally, the Softail, I was at this place called D&Q Choppers in Andrew, North Carolina. And there was a guy who had just had his Softail repaired, and he was talking to us about his bike. It was a very nice looking bike. And he went to peel out on the sidewalk so that he could get to where he wanted to go. And he almost lost it. He almost crashed because he was trying to showboat. Showboating also has a less... it's not really showboating. It's a thing that happens when you know you're being watched. You can do something a million times perfectly fine. But the moment you feel like you're being watched, you become self-conscious. I guess that's my number 5 point. You can become self-conscious and you'll dump the bike. You'll make a mistake. You'll do something goofy because you're too self-conscious. It happens all the time to people. Not to me necessarily, but it does happen. You know, you pull up to you're going to do a U-turn, and you're usually fine with U-turns, and all of a sudden, because there's other people around, you become this blithering idiot because you're too busy thinking about yourself and how people are perceiving you. The next thing is peer pressure. If you're on a ride with a group and the guy in front's going too fast and you try to keep up and you're riding beyond your ability, that can kill you. Or if people just want to ride stupid in general and you're part of the group and you decide you're going to ride stupid, that's bad. Don't let other people pressure you into doing anything. Buying anything on your bike or how you ride or where you ride. Make your own mind up and don't let other people push you around. Doesn't matter if you're a new rider or not. I mean, people can give you advice, but they shouldn't be pressuring you to do stuff. Alright, next one is complacency. That's a big one. That one got me real bad. I got complacent and I was making a sharp turn in a parking lot and I wasn't thinking about the fact that the lot was full of sand and gravel and stuff on the pavement, and I went down real bad. So complacency is another really dangerous thing that can happen to you. So always make sure you realize that you can make a mistake at any time. Doesn't matter how long you've been riding, you can make a mistake at any time. So you got to remember the fundamentals, right? Be aware of your surroundings. Have your road sense. Think of the tires, the temperature, the conditions, the speed limit, what other people are doing. You know, all the things that go into riding carefully. Distraction is another big one. You got to watch out for distraction. Especially when you're using your nav. You're sitting there looking down at your nav, or you're looking at your nav. And next thing you know, somebody hits their brakes all of a sudden and you boom. You got to be real careful of that. Happens to the best of us. I mean, you can look at maps and stuff, but just make sure you're doing it in a safe situation. Far enough back, maybe no traffic at all. Alright, that's the part 1, I guess you could call it, of my temptations and traps of motorcycling. My Kaylee 7. See you later.